How aware are you of what's going on WWE TV when you're booking for WCW?
We're
watching everything they're doing. Yeah.
I mean, they're giving you quarterly breakdowns. Like they're, if you could have got injury reports and Sable, like when Sable was going to come out, those would have been like like booking gems, inside trading tips.
Right.
Because Sable would always pull a number.
Take me behind the scenes in a WCW booking session. I was surprised to hear from Glenn that they weren't held in CNN Tower or turned. They were in, was it a building in the woods somewhere? Where was this other building?
Log cabin fucking drive. Horrible.
Right. Does someone run the meetings, or is it free form where someone can throw a hand up and say, I got some stuff?
Well, the biggest problem you had, can we use the board?
Yeah, well, we're going to when we do the booking. You want it now?
Well, I mean, because I can just set it right here and just diagram this.
Let's get that over here.
Because this is what people never understood about the process.
Marker.
I need a marker. So, does this come up okay?
Yeah, that'll come up.
All right. So now you come in, and so first thing you got to do is you got to come in and you got to do Monday's show. So we got Monday, we got Nitro, 3 hours. Okay? So after that, on Tuesday, we're going to do Thunder. So we got to do 2 hours. Well, Thunder's taped.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to do Thunder, you have to write this 3 hour Nitro.
Oh, right.
So that Thunder makes sense. So now you're writing
Right.
10 hours.
You're
10 hours of TV. Writing 10 hours of TV to make that situation work, which was fucking. I mean, that show should have. And Eric will say that was one of the biggest. Going to 3 hours was horrifying. This was horrifying. If it would have stayed that, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about guest booking.
Right.
Because they wouldn't have fucked.
Right.
But these, I mean, that was, and then you get to here, and a guy gets, because it's taped here, gets hurt, then this all changes.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And it goes on and on and on. Then you got guys with creative control that at 7 o'clock on this day just say,
doesn't work for me.
Doesn't work for me, brother.
It's not a task I would have wanted.
No.
But
it was like running drugs,
But as far as the room,
yeah.
Is there kind of who's running the show? Who?
I sat at the end.
Okay.
I think Dusty sat at the other end, but it was all you sat wherever you wanted to. It was no. I didn't ever feel that there was a hierarchy. I might have started the, what do we got? But I would always make notes of things that I thought had worked from the previous show.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't give a fuck about Thunder. I was just because we weren't going head to head with anything on those shows. I was just more worried about, trying to, fill 3 hours. And we had a period also when I first took over. We had I used to call them our 12 main guys. We had 7 of those guys down. Scott was gone. They got rid of Scott.
Right.
I think Book was down. Luger was down. At one point, I had Flair was my when we made him put him in the insane asylum, he was the only guy that I had that could actually go out and play a character, like like give me TV time, give me a storyline.
But you still need to come up with 10 hours.
10 hours. So I mean, and I'm not saying that I mean maybe somebody else could have done a better job. I just thought it was a really, it's almost saying, you know what, we got the Patriots next week, and we got 6 guys. Let's give them hell.
Was it tough to be one of the boys and still be in the creative meetings?
No, because when it comes down to like 3 guys like you anyway. Just.
Did you feel that way?
Yeah. I'd never give. My whole thing in life is if you don't like me, fuck you. I don't like you either then. I mean, if we're going to play fucking second grade. I don't do anything with it. If anybody, I'd like some motherfucker that was on that television show to say that I did something against them with malice. That I booked them into something to make them look like an asshole. That I didn't have the show's,
best interest in
mind for any decision I made. The finger poke of doom, people fucking will always, but you know what? That's one of those things that got everybody. Every smart, the smarts hate it the worst because every one of them were just bending over because I told them, no, the dollar bill's a little bit further, and I stuck my whole foot up their ass and took their balls in with it. They just went, I didn't see that coming.
So they want to be swerved, but they don't like it when they get swerved.
They don't want to be swerved and watch their mom raped on the Thanksgiving table at the same time. It's a little bit too much of a swerve, brother.
I forget who said this, but it's a great quote. Someone please Google it so I can give credit by the end. If you make people artistically, if you make people think they're thinking, they love you. If you make people think, they hate you.
Right.
You'll find the relevance. Just look for it. Who is the problem talent? Who is someone who consistently gave you guff?
Conan. He was my friend. I got him like a $500,000 deal, put the U.S. belt on him. He no-mossed me against Luger in the first pay-per-view, said he couldn't go anymore because he was tired. And then got like 2 weeks later, he was talking to USA Today in the building saying the creative sucked. He goes, I didn't mean you. I said, dude, I'm in charge of creative. I'm like...
What about loose cannons? Did you have loose cannons you had to deal with?
That guaranteed money shuts up a lot of bullshit.
That's true. Who in the office did you butt heads with the most at WCW?
Diana Myers. She was illegal.
What would she have had dealings with the creative team about?
Oh, just me personally.
Oh.
Like she
having nothing to do with booking decisions.
No,
She
just we just didn't like each other. I used to tell her I could out-litigate her.
Was she friendly with Lisa Wolf?
I believe they were stepsisters. Did we hear back from Lisa?
They did they handled the Jello for the picnics.
Yes.
So, but Eric Yo's gone on with, I assume, right?
We had our arguments. But I mean, the good thing about Eric is you say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and then that night you're having a beer.
Who are the guys that wanted to pull the rug out from under you and maybe take your spot?
The thing, like, I wanted to put, like, Hogan in, like, towards the end, I wanted to put him in a commission. Like they had Vince. They had that.
WWE had
they
Vince
had
McMahon,
the Vince McMahon character, and we never had that character. And the only person I thought that could give credibility to that position as being the head of WCW was Hulk. Mm-hmm. And, so I pitched that to Hulk, and Hulk looked at me and he goes, brother, like, you don't know how my fucking deal works. Like, that cost me fucking, because he was getting, paper, how his deal was structured wasn't dealed anywhere.
Oh, right, yeah.
So he was somebody that could
he
actually.
Needed main events.
Yeah, and he could also, he could spike his cash where there was no, like, when if I was making $2 million, I don't get, if I fucking was working Hoovy match 1 or Hulk match 23.
It was still $2 million.
$2 million.
but Hogan could augment it by ratings and
He got
pay-per-view
like
buys
I
and
think
stuff,
he got like a piece of that Georgia Dome show with Goldberg. That's why they pulled the plug on that. You know, so there were like things that, and I wasn't aware of that. You know, I wasn't aware that people had actual creative control, that they could, you know, veto. You know, it doesn't take long to figure that out.
Right.